Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we got this banner unit along with Dokkan Fest, Kid Gohan and Piccolo, and they look pretty good. This is a Vegeta and Nappa character. Remember that this is a new named character because the LR, which is going to get its EZA soon, is Nappa slash Vegeta, right? So it's an exchange character. This is Nappa and Vegeta together. And again, like I said, I think that this character is actually quite good. So let's Dokkan Awaken them, let's Rainbow them, let's go over their build. This, of course, is going to be a level 10 Link Rainbow video. I just need to, obviously, Awaken them and, you know, Rainbow them, then I'll get to Link level on them and stuff like that. This is a character that you do have to run them in slot 3, but running them in slot 3, they get guard and damage reduction, something, I mean, just so very needed for villain teams. I mean, this is the type of character we want for villains. If I wanted to be really, really greedy, the only other thing I'd ask for is maybe that they could give some minor support. Even like Extreme Class 1 key, 20% of stats or something like that, I think would help a little. But, I mean, this is still, I think, a really good band unit. This is what we're talking about in terms of, like, these summonable characters. So, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I, of course, gave them 27 dodge. So now, you know, we'll run them in slot 3. They'll have 30% damage reduction in slot 3. They'll be guarding as long as we have a Pure Saiyan or Terrifying Conqueror in the same turn, which isn't really too tough of a condition. And they can also have a 27% chance to dodge. And, I mean, remember, their defense will be at least solid. I was going to potentially give them the gold equip, which would give them defense plus dodge, but they don't have very many categories, so I was not able to get one of those gold dodge plus defense equips. So let me get this character to full level 10 links, and let's continue with the video. Alright guys, so we are here in an event. I figured, I think that this Vegeta and Nappa is going to be pretty good. So, I mean, we could do like a juiced up rotation where we can, you know, like a run where we get the next like a Nappa or something like that. Let me just start by talking about their links, and we'll talk about like the team we're on here. So, our link set here: Brutal Beatdown, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Tough as Nails, okay, Shocking Speed, over 9,000, and Fierce Battle. So, this is a character that I think could be pretty effective. You need them with either Pure Saiyan characters, or you need them with Terrifying Conqueror characters. You need them with one of these different two categories. I don't think it's really too big of an issue. Now, in terms of, like, villain teams they're on, it's not really too great. You know, like Raditz's team, Ginyu's team, we're talking like 200% leader skills. We can rock them on Turles' team, which is what I decided to do. Look at that second turn there, where, unless we get the revive, we're just instantly dead. But I think Vegeta and Nappa potentially could work effectively here against Fusion Zamasu. So remember, the thing about Vegeta and Nappa is that they guard if there's a Pure Saiyan or a Terrifying Conqueror category ally in the same turn. I don't think that that restriction is bad and will, like, hold them back. It shouldn't. And then also they get 30% damage reduction as the third attacker in the turn. You combine those two things, and that's pretty good. I think that there is value in a character that we could just run in slot 3 that has defense like that, especially when right now kind of like the meta is bosses that are doing this. Now, I guess this opening rotation here isn't super good for us. Look at the key. The key is actually so bad it's unbelievable, but okay. So we're not going to be able to get the 6 orbs for God Goku right here. Again, the key is just so bad. Well, actually, I mean, I need Vegeta and Nappa to be able to super attack as well. Okay. We ended up in a bad opener, I guess. Oh, oops, okay. Alright, yeah, kind of a brutal opener in terms of our key, but we'll kind of fight through it. We'll see if we can live here. So this is God Goku minimal. We didn't get... I only was able to get 2 orbs for him. Let's see how this goes. I mean, we can at least see... If we die right away, it's okay, because we'll be able to see the main thing I want to see, which is Vegeta and Nappa, how they would endure one of these AoEs right here. 77k. So, nullify this baby? Are you serious? It hits? He always fails me. Yeah, dude, this Carnival Goku, man, come on. Bro, are you serious? This guy. Full dodge and 50% chance to nullify, right? And we're dead. Thank you, Goku. You piece of shit, Goku. Thank you so much. We bring him into this fight, and, like, I need that Goku to come through. Like, we can't eat the super attack, you dickhead. So, 77k right there for Vegeta and Nappa. That's not, like... I'm not... that's not, like, the worst ever, for sure. But, I mean, still, it's like we could do better than that. Let's try another turn. So we definitely have to rock them in the last slot. So this would just be all attack links right here. Brutal Beatdown, Sandway Race, Fierce Battle. We could get Shocking Speed with God Goku here. Let's do this. So, they're not looking too good in terms of ki again, huh? Let me hit this. Okay, and then it's gonna fall force. Now, ki right now looks like it's a bit of an issue, but keep in mind with Vegeta and Nappa is that they build up ki with every attack that they do. They build up ki and stats with every attack that they do. So, I mean, the thing is that if we can live until Vegeta and Nappa attack right there, I mean, they're going to be significantly better after their opening turn. But, I mean, right now, we are kind of rewarded a little bit more for characters that are super good turn 1. To be fair, though, I guess we could take them against Omega. And they probably, they would be very good against Omega for sure. Because Omega, I think he actually hits on his AoEs kind of similarly to what Zamasu hits. I think Omega hits a little harder, but it's not like a huge jump. So Vegeta and Nappa, with the extra 120% stats that they would get from doing all of their attacks, I think that they should double-digit tank. Dude, Turles, are you kidding me? You clown. All right, Turles. Oh my God, are you trash? That is unacceptable for Turles. Go to hell, Turles. Oh my God. Alright, so here's Vegeta and Nappa. Now, they build up with every attack that they do. So, if they give us a normal, that's okay. We just need attacks, right? So, they did give us a double super attack. They get 30% attack and defense on their super attack, and they also greatly lower enemy attack and defense. Alright, so we're at easy double digits. I mean, they should be at double digits from these attacks for pretty much the rest of the fight, I'd imagine. Okay, so here we go right here. This is going to be bad. This does connect. Oh! Well, that's not bad, huh? Yeah, that was not bad, actually. So, they're one of these characters. To me, it looks like, initially, they're a little iffy, but they get in one volley of attacks, and then they're good. So, okay. I think Vegeta and Nappa, like, literally just seeing that, and, like, we could see that they are good. I guess let's just get a little bit more in here. Let me just skip until Vegeta and Nappa's next turn in here. I guess we might not see another turn in this fight, but I think we kind of saw what we needed to see. So we could just go to, like, the normal showcase stage and maybe just kind of see more stats that Vegeta and Nappa get or something like that. Remember that a lot of the characters that are going to be linking super well with this character, like other Nappas and stuff like that, are really bad. I mean, like, if we just take a look at... Oh, here, I'll swap over, actually. And there's two things we can go ahead and take a look at here. Number one is, look at how bad their best linking partners is. Like, this is just not good. I mean, Amand and Raisin, sure, they're solid. They'll support them. They got a couple of links. This character's coming up on their EZA in a day or two here, so we'll see how good they're going to be. And the last thing I want to see, so, Fusion, Zamasu, your AoEs are 500k, and then Omega's AoEs are 500k. Their AoEs are exactly the same in terms of damage. So, what that means is that, you know, we would be good, I think, from Omega's AoEs with this character. Keep in mind that this character is a villain, right? Which means that they are taking less damage from a boss's normal attacks, like what, you know, Omega and Zamasu's AoEs are. So, alright, let me come back for their next rotation. Alright, guys, we have another rotation here. This is tough. We're in big time trouble here, though. Carnival Goku, I mean, he is not the greatest early on if he doesn't get his defensive buff. The 8th Anniversary LR, they unfortunately were not able to get any attacks in before since they revived. So we're probably cooked, but you know what we are going to see is Vegeta and Nappa potentially tanking. At least, I mean, they got a little bit of extra stats. Let's see what they could do. We'll be able to get them high up on Ki. We are going to miss the super attack. I mean, I guess Ki has been tough. I mean, the thing about, you know, this team is we have no Bulma on this team. All right, 344 is a lot. And then they still take 44 right there. Remember, they are not fully built up. All right, Goku's defense kicked in. So if we don't get hit by the super attack, we can live this turn. And EJL Carnival Goku, we could get his heal. Damn, unfortunately, again, I've just been fighting with Ki. Like, I've just been battling with Ki. Maybe it's because the team build is not completely great, but, I mean, that's the thing that you guys, you know, people have seen it, people have learned it, right? Like, unfortunately, like, you know, just pure villain, Space Traveling Warrior, pure Saiyan, is not good enough. So, like, we're gonna need, like, this character or God Goku. Like, we're gonna have to cycle some of them on. Like, there's not really a way around that. Now, I don't think we're gonna live. Our health is too low. Alright, now Vegeta and Nappa, okay. They have an additional 70% chance super, which we do proc, but unfortunately, Zamasu does take 0 damage from supers. If we don't die to Zamasu right here, we're good. Oh my god, what? They're actually gods. They just clutch crit right there. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Yeah, that was a pretty clutch crit right there. Except we lost. Yeah, except it was a pretty clutch crit, but we lost, unfortunately. Friend Turles doesn't have dodge, I presume. Good build. All right, let's just get this rotation out of here, and then I would like to get just a little bit more footage. For the one character. If Zamasu supers, we're pretty much just cooked. And there's just, yeah, we gotta dodge it? No, it's over. The friend Turles can't dodge. He's gonna take 50 million from a normal. Watch how much the friend Turles takes from a normal, dude. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so sick. Lovely. Fantastic. Incredible, even. So, alright. Well, I mean, it was good. The point of coming in here is we could see how Vegeta and Nappa could fare. That's literally the point. And I mean, we saw them tank the super attack well. I mean, it's a bit of a tough kind of like build run. Thanks for the additional super, dickhead. Okay, there, this is good. Can he live one normal? My Turles is supered a couple of times at the end, so maybe he's okay. One normal? He does, actually. Alright, now my Turles doesn't have any links activated, though. I mean, yeah, Turles is just not good enough, right? Like every release this year. Thanks to the additional super again. Thanks to the additional super again. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, Turles. Just run Turles in tough fights. Alright, we had to get that in there. I mean, it's so rare to get that. Now, we did a run, you know, kind of like seeing what Vegeta and Nappa could do against, like, one of these bosses like that, right? I felt like it was rather important to see what they could do against, like, a real boss. Because, like, I mean, we could just show the numbers, like, oh, like, they got this attack set or this, but, like, you know, we kind of want to see how they're going to tank, like, you know, one of these really tough bosses. I feel like they'll be okay enough that they can be a decent option, right? Like, that, it would work a lot better for them if, like, we had, like, a real villain team we could run them on, which we don't. I mean, Vegeta and Nappa, let's look at their categories here, right? So, they have Terrifying Conquerors, Pure Saiyan, Joined Forces, Space Traveling Warriors, Saiyan Saga, and Planetary Destruction. Those are not strong villain teams, none of those. So, it's like, they are an option that's, you know, I would define as, like, bubbling or something like that. Like, you know, so like if we get like a strong planetary destruction leader, like this is a good character for the team. Or, you know, Terrifying Conquerors, we get one more option of Terrifying Conquerors, right? So like that's good. Let's just quickly go over kind of like what they do and stuff like that, right? So, as I mentioned before, they get 30% attack and defense from the super attack. They greatly lower enemy attack and defense. They get 150% attack and defense at the start of turn, 80% attack on super attack. They build up 1 key up to a max of 4, and 30% attack and defense up to a max of 120% with each attack performed. They get an additional as a 70% chance of being a super. They become super effective against all types if the enemy is in attack down or defensive down. And then here's what makes them intriguing. They have 30% damage reduction as the third attacker in the turn, and then they guard when there's a Pure Sane or Terrifying Conqueror category ally in the same turn. So those are kind of like interesting. Guard plus damage reduction. Like, people will see guard on a character and think automatically, oh, they're good. Or people will see damage reduction on a character and think, oh, they're good. But, I mean, I have bad news. Guard and damage reduction by themselves don't do much, right? You need a combo of multiple things. This character, I mean, to have guard, damage reduction, and decent defense after they're built up, of course, they'll be pretty tanky, right? Because guard plus damage reduction is really strong, right? But it's like just one, like if this character just had 30% damage reduction by itself, it's like, they're okay, I guess. Like they're not going to be that great. But the guard as well, right, is a really nice combo for them. So, all right. Now we use them in slot 3, to kind of to see how well they would tank. Just in an event like this, we could just have them right here in the middle slot, because all we want to see right here is just kind of like their numbers. Actually, I mean, they do have to build up quite a bit. You know what? I know exactly which fight we could use. We're going to go into the Videl Dokkan event, and I can build them up. Oh, thanks for the crit, Vegeta Nappa. God damn it. We can go into the Videl Dokkan event. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then we'll be able to have them build up to an acceptable degree for us. Here, let me just go ahead and toss this. This should finish off this Gohan and Piccolo right here. Yeah, Turles can do his active skill on turn 3 if there's a Kid Gohan, right? Which, of course, there is. Alright, so we have a nice rotation right here. I guess I'll run them in damn slot 1 so we can actually see them attack. Alright, so let's just see the stats that they're going to get. That's all we're looking for right here. And I'll come back for another turn in the Videl Dokkan event where we can be fighting a Gohan enemy who will allow the Turleses to get their intro up. So remember, this is heavily juiced, right? We're going to get a really juiced version where they've attacked the 4 times to fully build up. We're going to have a Gohan around so the Turles intros can be up and sort of see just the damage level that they get up to. Now, we saw them struggling for ki a little bit. Keep in mind that there's a couple of factors for that. Again, number 1 is we have kind of like an iffy team. Like, it's like we had a bunch of characters who, like, it could have a link or two together, but it wasn't, the type of synergy you'd want for fighting Red Zone Fusions and Zamasu. But Vegeta and Nappa do build up ki when they attack. I mean, I think they're a great character for Omega. That does matter, because, I mean, villain teams, it's not like, oh, villain teams, they struggle against Fusions and Zamasu like everyone else, but against Omega, they destroy him. No, that's not the case. Like, Cooler, I think Cooler sucks against Omega, right? Like, a lot of the good villains still struggle against Omega, too. So, Vegeta and Nappa, if a character can at least be good in either the Omega fight or Fusions and Zamasu, I will take it. Even a summonable character good in one of the two, that's a W to me. And I do think Vegeta and Nappa against Omega, they're going to be looking pretty good, I think. Alright guys, so we'll probably get this rotation and then the next rotation, and then I think we will be done. So at this point, Vegeta and Nappa have done 2 attacks. We're going to have a couple of links up. They're at 278k defense right here. That's, of course, looking pretty good. Remember, they do not... Turles' intro, both Turles' intros are up. Remember that what Turles gives from his intro is ki and attack. I do think it's a pretty substantial difference, honestly, if Turles' intro is up for characters. Let's see what they get. 5.88 right there. Okay, we'll take that. Then the additional 70% chance super. We got that. So now at this point, they should be fully built up. We should have Vegeta and Nappa with their full stats up. So next turn, we'll see the damage that they're able to put up, and we'll also see the defensive number that they could do. I do think they're pretty good, though. I think that they fulfill the job we need to, which is that they're a help to villain teams, right? You know, because it matters. Does it matter to have pure Saiyan villains or blah, blah, blah? Remember, there's missions and stuff like that, like, you know, where we will need, like, full villains or something like that. I like this character. I think this character is good. This Vegeta and Nappa. I think that they are actually a help for villain teams, which is, again, the most important thing. Alright, so let's see what Vegeta and Nappa's stats are going to look like on this turn. Again, we got a lot of links up. Damn, they're up to 434. This is with them fully built up. And remember that they are going to get 30% defense with every super attack they do as well. So, I mean, you could see, like, once you start talking about this, plus the 30% they get from their super attack effect, plus in slot 3, they're still guarding. With another pure Saiyan character, I mean, I was focused on running them in slot 3, but they are still guarding, right? Like, just as long as there's a pure Saiyan unit on the rotation, which, I mean, guess that is not pure Saiyan or Terrifying Conquerors, but that's not a difficult condition whatsoever. And, you know, we could attack, so Videl is debuffed here. The other thing we could do by attacking these debuffed enemies is they'll also be super effective against all types. I mean, that's mostly only going to be notable if we're, you know, in like a Super Battle Road stage, or I guess maybe like Battlefield or something like that. But yeah, they look good to me. 8 million high stats and stuff like that. They're pretty good. I like this Vegeta and Nappa unit, man. I do. I do think that they're pretty good. I think it's very easy for Dokkan to just make like competent summonable characters, right? Like a banner unit does not need to suck. Now this is not a new thing either. I'll complain all day long about the STR Gohan that came out with Super Trunks, or Baby that came out with Full Power or Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or the Dr. Zero and Dr. Mew who suck ass, who came out with Super 17. I'll complain all day about these characters, but Dokkan has always been like this, right? Banner units like of that level, they've been hit or miss since the game has started, so it's not a new thing. But I mean, Vegeta and Nappa, the most recent banner unit, they're pretty good. I like them quite a bit. All right, so this is Rise of the Saiyan Elites, Vegeta and Nappa. Their leader skill is Terrifying Conqueror, category key 3, and 130% stats. Their super attack is the Saiyan Invasion, which raises attack and defense by 30% for one turn, and they do supreme damage to the enemy, and then greatly lower enemy attack and defense. So we're getting defense from the super attack effect. That's the main thing I look for. We've got that. Their passive skill, Mark of a Scum. They get 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they get 80% attack when performing a super attack. Then they get 1 key up to a max of 4, and 30% attack and defense up to a max of 120% with each attack performed. Now, this is good. It's just attack performed. So even though the next part here, where they have an additional that has a 70% chance of being a super, even if that fails and you get a normal, which is a frequent issue for the 8th anniversary LRs or LR Beast Gohan, those characters and Turles as well, which we saw in this video, those characters I all mentioned specifically need to do super attacks. So characters who specifically need to do super attacks, and then they give you a hit, like a normal, hidden potential system, additional normal, and stuff like that, they're doing nothing for you. It is frustrating. It does not feel very good. This character, all they need to do is just attack. So it's like you're going to get your stats no matter what when they're attacking, which is good. It feels good, right? To know, like, okay, no matter what, we're making progress here, right? Because that's a huge problem. No matter how anyone tries to big up LR Beast Gohan or anything like that, he certainly is in a better spot with, like, Bulma and these characters having been introduced, right? But, like, if he supers and then normal, like, he's not giving you what you want from a top LR, right? And that's a frequent problem with him. So it's nice that Vegeta and Nappa just build up just by attacking, right? And again, they build up to a max of 4 key and 120% stats. Then they're also super effective against all types if the enemy is in attack down or defensive down status, which I guess, again, could be useful for like Super Battle Road or Battlefield or something like that. Then they get 30% damage reduction as the 3rd attacker in the turn. And then they also guard if there's a Pure Saiyan or Terrifying Conqueror category ally in the same turn. I don't find that restriction bad whatsoever. Terrifying Conquer, it's so easy to find, like, you know, characters like that. And, like, all these Vegeta and Nappas are on Terrifying Conquers. And then Pure Saiyan as well. That, like, if it was just Terrifying Conquers, they'd be a little worse. But the fact that you could use Pure Saiyan characters with them as well is so good. Their link set is Brutal Beatdown, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Tough as Nails, Shocking Speed, Over 9,000, and Fierce Battle. 12 key multiplier is 140%. And then Vegeta and Nappa have a few categories here. So for starters, they're of course on the Terrifying Conqueror team. Nice that we have some new additions to Terrifying Conquerors. That's very good for us. They're also over here on the Pure Saiyan category team as well. Then they're also on Join Forces. Just Join Forces, just constantly getting so many characters in this category, huh? Then we're also over here on the Space Traveling Warrior team. This, of course, is a team led by Turles. It's nice to get options here to try and make something like this team work, but against the hardest fights, it's still a massive struggle for sure. Then they're also over here on the Saiyan Saga category team, which, you know, it's so funny. They've given some real options to Saiyan Saga. There's been so many Dokkan Fest and LRs released, you know, basically in the last 2 years. It's crazy, huh? And then finally, they are on the Planetary Destruction category team. Planetary Destruction could potentially be a pretty good villain team, right? So that would be interesting. It's got some similarities to Space Traveling Warriors, except for the fact that this team would also have Golden Frieza on it, which could be good. So let me know what you guys think of this banner unit, Vegeta and Nappa. Honestly, I think that they seem pretty good to me. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.